Hey guys, this is Rosa Kelly. So today we're going to be making together a blank mini album. So hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So a little time ago I went ahead and did a pre-sale for some blank books, and this is the final look of those books. First I want to start by saying thank you to everyone who placed an order. So I am now working on the last batch for the pre-order, and I might have some extra available, so if I do I will link it below, but for now we're gonna be making one of these books together. I also do have a cutting guide I'm gonna list below again, so if you want to follow and have everything pre-cut before you follow the tutorial, you can go ahead and do that as well. So before we start, I'm going to give you a quick look of the book. So as you can see, I made white and black mini albums. I'm going to be keeping one of these books here because I'm going to be doing a decorating video as well. We're going to be making a baby book out of one of these books here, but let's go ahead and take a look. So the book measures 8 by 8 and it has a 3.5 inch spine. I think I shared with you the white one already, so let's go ahead and take a look at the black one. Now for this tutorial I'm gonna be making a white one because it's a lot easier to see in camera. And so when you open the book, here on the first page we have a gatefold page, so it's like an accordion gatefold page, and then this is also an easel card here. So these books are really interactive. They have a lot of different elements to them and I just really love how they turned out. So on the next page we just have a simple flap and a pocket here as well. Each one of these pages is an insert, so you can also add more photo mats in there. Here's the second page or third page. This opens up like that, and then we have a two-sided pop-up here, so you can add pictures on both sides and then on the sides as well. And then of course you have your insert, and then here we have the next page. So here this opens up like that, and then we have an accordion fold, and this accordion fold has a 3D page in there, so you can use that as a belly band, but mainly I just wanted to add a little dimension to this page. Then here on the next page we have this opening flap and a belly band. Now I do want to mention, if you purchase the book, a lot of you purchase multiple, so I try to kind of change up the pages a little bit, but the tutorial is the same. So maybe like if I did this page like that, sometimes I will put the belly band going this way, and for this page, yeah, some little things change in there, but we're gonna be making the tutorial based on this one that I made, but all the measurements are the same even if I change like the order of the pages. Then this one opens up here, and then we have a pop-up display, and then the next page has a bigger pop-up display. I think it's really cool how you open the book and it goes like that, and then you open it again, it goes like that, and then you have a large area for pictures over here. Then the next page is a sliding page, so this goes like that to the side, and then on this next page here we have another opening flap. This opens like that, and then here you have a pull down, and then this reveals these two places for pictures right there, and this closes and closes. And then the last page, which is my favorite, is another pop-up page, a three-dimensional pop-up, and I just love how we have the two levels here, so you can put a smaller picture and then just do like a collage around. And my idea mainly is, if we are making these, let's say for a baby book, you can put here pictures of the baby on his first year, and then just kind of do like all around like the months. And yeah, I think that would be super cute. So that is what we're gonna be making. Again, I do have a PDF cutting guide on my website, which is gonna be linked down below. And now let's get right into making this book. Okay, so we're gonna start with the base of the book. So for the chipboard, you're gonna need 2 pieces cut at 8 by 8 and 1 piece. This is 8 by 3.5, and then I'm going to be using lightweight cardstock, which is 65 pounds, and we're gonna join together 3 pieces, and we're just gonna put this one here, and then this one here. Okay, so we're just simply going to join this, and then we're gonna be adding the chipboard here. So you always want to start with the spine. Let's go ahead and add the glue. Okay, and then I'm going to put this right there. Okay, and we are going to then add these 2 other pieces. And so when you add these pieces, you always want to leave some space between the chipboards. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and add the glue, and then we're gonna put this piece here. Okay, and then I'm going to add this other one. Okay, and we're gonna put this right here, just like that. And then I like to kind of just take out all of the extra around the sides, and so I'm going to cut around, and you only want about 1 inch all the way around. And then you also want to cut the corners here, and when you do this cut, you want to leave a little space in between the chipboard and the cardstock. Okay, so then I'm going to cut this long section. Okay, and then again you want to cut this corner, and then I'm going to do the same here. Okay, cut and cut right there. So this doesn't really need to be straight because this bar is gonna be covered. And then we're gonna use your double-sided tape, and you're going to just add the tape on the sides, just like that. Okay, so let me cut these, and then I'm gonna do this other side here, like that. And then you want to start kind of folding your cardstock. You're just gonna go like this, and I always like to massage slowly and then start bending down the cardstock. Okay, so then you're just gonna give it a final good fold, and then we're going to remove the tape. Okay, so let's take that out, and now we're just gonna fold and press down. And then as you're pressing, you want to give it a score here on these bending lines. Okay, and then you also want to tuck in the corners like that. Then we're gonna do the same for the other side. So fold and press down. Okay, and then we're gonna give it a good fold, and we're going to remove the tape and fold this down. Okay, so then press on your gap lines and tuck in the corners here. Okay, then we're going to do the same for these sides. So just fold, press, and add your tape. Okay, so press down and remove the tape and press down. Okay, And then same thing on the other side. Press down and fold. Okay, and then we're going to add the tape right here and remove and press down. Okay, so there we go, we have our binding ready. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the hinge, and I have one pre-made here, but we're gonna be making one together as well. So for the hinge, you're going to be using lightweight cardstock, and so we're gonna cut your lightweight cardstock at 7 1/4 by 11, and then you're going to score along the 11 inches at 1 1/2. And then you're gonna do 3/4 inches all the way until you get to 9 3/4. Okay, so 1 1/2, 2 1/4, 3, 3 3/4, 4 1/2, 5 1/4, 6, 6 3/4, 7 1/2, 8 1/4, 9, and 9 3/4. Okay, so you're gonna have your 3/4 inch sections. Now what you're gonna do is just pinch together your 2 3/4 inch sections here at the beginning, and just gonna give it a pinch, and that's how you're gonna form your first hinge. Okay, and then press down. Then you're going to skip the next one and fold the next 2. Okay, then again skip the next one and fold these next 2, just making these little heels here. I like to call them my little heels. And then you're gonna skip and do the last 2 together. So you're gonna have your 4 hinges. Now we're going to press all of this down, so just lay it all down to one side and just give it a good fold. Okay, and by the way, I have all of my most used craft supplies listed on my Amazon store, and the link for that will be on the description box if you guys wanna kind of find everything kind of all in one place. And then we're gonna go from the back and just add double-sided tape behind the hinges. Okay, so you're gonna do just one piece of tape, and then again join those 2 together, and then you're gonna do another tape here, and then join these together. Okay, and press down, and then again do this here, and then remove, join together, and then you're going to do the last one and join these together. Okay, so there we go. And then you have your 4 hinges. Now again, I'm going to fold all my hinges to the other side and just press down. I like my hinges to be very flexible and easy to move around. I don't like it when they're too stiff. Okay, so I do this a couple times. I fold them to one side and then fold them all to the other side. Then for each one of these hinges, you're going to add your double-sided tape. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add these here now. You want to add this tape typically before you glue it onto your book. It's a lot easier to manage this way. Okay, so tape on both sides. Okay, so now that we have our hinges ready, we are going to go ahead and glue these onto our spine. Now, you want to stand up your hinges, and then you're going to center it with the gap lines here along the top and the bottom. So we're just going to place it like this, and we're going to glue it. So I'm just going to use glue for this, and I like to put a lot of glue on my hinges. Okay, so we're just gonna go like that. There we go, and there you go. And then we are going to again just place these right at the center, just like that. And then you want to just press down, and then press down in between each one of your hinges. Okay, and I like going from one side to the other, so that way you're also kind of pushing all the air out. Okay, so you go from right to left or left to right, and there you go. Okay, so press down and press down. Now you want to give this a minute to dry before you fold it and before you bend the covers. And so you're going to use your score tool and then your ruler, and you're going to score along the bending lines here. And you want these to be very gentle. You don't want to poke a hole on this step. It has happened to me before, so now I'm always super careful. So you want to go like that, and then you're going to slowly bend your covers. Okay, so that is gonna be one, and then for some reason I only like doing this way, so I always turn it around and just do the same. Okay, so again, go really slow, and then you're going to fold these up slowly, and there you go. So now we have the base and the hinges ready to go. I'm also going to put this to the side, let this dry for a little bit, and we're going to start working on the pages. So for the base pages, you are going to need 4 pieces cut at 7.5 by 7.5 and 4 pieces cut at 7.5 by 8.5. And these are gonna be heavyweight, and so I already have all my pieces cut and scored ahead of time, because again I was working on these as a batch, and I'm just gonna put one of these books together, but I won't be doing like the cutting and scoring, but I will be giving you the measurements and show you how I put it together. So we're gonna fold along the score line. So on the piece that measures 8.5 by 7.5, you're gonna score at 1/2 inch and at 8 inches along the 8.5 inch side, and then you are going to fold along those score lines. Okay, and you're going to add double-sided tape to these two little flaps, so on one side and the other, right there. And then we're going to just peel off a section of the tape here to the side, and we are going to put the piece that measures 7.5 by 7.5 right on top here like that, and you want to match the corners, and then press down on that sticky side and remove the tape. Then you're just going to remove the tape from the other side. Hold your page on the center so it doesn't bubble up, and then remove the tape. And that is going to be the base page, and you are going to need 4 of those base pages. Okay, and then we're going to be working on each one of these. We're going to be calling this page 1 and the back page 2, and then 3 and 4, and so on. And so let's go ahead and start with page number 1. for page 1, we're going to start with 2 pieces of cardstock. These are both gonna be 8 inches by 7.5, and then you're gonna score along the 8 inches at 3 3/4 and at 7.5, and you're going to fold along those score lines. Okay, so we're gonna fold and fold. Okay, and let me just fold this here again. Make sure I'm folding this right. So down, and then we're gonna do the same here. Just gonna fold here first, and then fold like that. And so you're gonna make these 2 accordion folds. We're going to go ahead and glue 1 on each side. So I'm gonna add my glue on this little flap, and when you glue your pages, you want to make sure that your openings are side to side, and then we're gonna put 1 here. Okay, and then press down, and then we're gonna glue the other one on the other side. And I always like to make sure my gatefold page is touching here at the center, and we're going to add the glue and just add this piece right there. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so then we're gonna cut a piece of cardstock. This is going to be 8 1/4 by 4.5, and you're going to score along the 8 1/4 at 1/2 inch and at 7 3/4, and then along the 4.5 we're going to score at 1/2 inch, and this is going to be to make a pocket, and then we're going to cut the corners here and then fold along the score lines. Okay, so we're gonna fold and fold, and we are going to add these pockets on the inside of the page. So we're just gonna go ahead and glue these down. Okay, so glue, there you go. And then we're gonna put these right at the center. Okay, and press down. Make sure it's straight, and there we go. Okay, so press down. Then you're going to cut another piece. This is also going to be 8 inches, but this one's gonna be by 7 1/4, and we're gonna do the same scoring that we did for this flap. So you're gonna score at 3 3/4 and at 7.5, and you're going to fold along the score lines just like that. Okay, and we're going to cut another piece. This is going to be 7.5 by 7 1/4, and you're going to place this one on top of the other one, and we are going to glue these here. So from your score line at the center, you're just going to add glue along the bottom, and we're gonna line these 2 together. Okay, so just like that. Press down, and then you're gonna have your 1/2 inch little score line on the back. So you want to add glue here and place these along the top of the page right there. Okay, and there we go. And so this is going to be your easel page. So you're gonna slide that all the way to the pocket, and the pocket is gonna make that piece stay open, and then you're gonna lay these flat and then close and close, and that is gonna be our page 1. Now for page 2, you're going to cut one piece at 5.5 by 7.5, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 5.5 and fold along the score line. And then you're going to cut another piece. This is going to be 5.5 by 8, and a half, and you're going to score also at 1/2 inch along the 5.5, and along the 8.5 you're going to score at 1/2 and at 8, and that way you're going to have these 3 sides. This is also going to be a pocket, so I'm going to cut the corners here, and you're going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so fold and fold. Okay, and then we're going to place our pocket. So on the back of page 1 it's going to be this page 2, so we're gonna add the pocket to the left side of the book here of the page, and I'm just going to add my glue. Okay, so add the glue here, and we're gonna place these along the left side of the page. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so press down, and then we're going to add the other piece right on top, so also along the left side of the page. Okay, so that's gonna go right on top, and then press down, and then you want to open that up and just press again, and then so here we're gonna have a pocket and an opening flap. So that is gonna be page 2. So for page 3 you're going to cut 2 pieces at 7.5 by 7 3/4, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 7 3/4, and you're going to fold along that score line. Okay, so same thing for this one, and we're going to add 1 on each side. So again, you want to make sure that your openings are side to side, and we are just going to add the glue, and we're going to put 1 on the left, press down, and then we're going to open this up and add this other one here on the right. Okay, so there we go, 1 and 1, and then press down. So then we're going to put this to the side, and you are going to cut 1 piece, and this is going to be now lightweight for this next step, and we're going to cut this piece at 6 by 8. So cut this at 6 by 8. So we have our piece at 6 by 8, and again this is going to be lightweight cardstock, and we're going to score along the 8 inches at 2, 4, and 6, and along the 6 inches at 1.5, at 3, and at 4.5. And then we are going to cut out the 4 corner sections on the grids here. So we're going to take this out and take this out here, and take this one and the last one, take this one out, and then we are going to fold. So you're going to hold your piece like this, and you're going to go from the center score line to the center score line on the side. So you're going to fold your cardstock and make those lines match here. I don't know if you can see the score line, but they should look as if it's one line. And then you're just going to press down, and then we're going to open that up and press down. Okay, so you're going to do it to both sides. So you're going to go from the top to the left and the top to the right, and then you're going to kind of pinch together the sides and just bring them together here like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna push down and press down on my little piece here. Okay, Now sometimes for some reason the legs come uneven like this, and all I do is just even it out. I don't know why. I do the same step. Sometimes it comes out perfect, sometimes it comes out uneven, but it's not a big deal. So you're just gonna cut that piece even here. Then we're gonna move back to heavyweight cardstock, and you are going to cut a piece that measures 5 by 8, and you're going to score along the 8 inches at half, at 4, and at 7.5. Okay, and we're going to fold along the score lines. So fold and fold here, and then we're going to place this piece in between these little, I call these legs, like a house with legs. So we're gonna place that right at the center. I think this piece is a little too big, so let me actually check what that piece is. I might have my measurement. Yeah, it should be 4. Yeah, it should be 4. So this piece is going to be not 5 by 8 but 4 by 8. So I'm just gonna cut this down to 4. Okay, so 4 by 8, and the score is the same along the 8 inches. Okay, so what you're gonna do again is just place this piece in between right there, and so we're gonna add glue on this side and on the back. And when you put this piece in, you don't want to cross this 1/2 inch line here. Okay, so we're just gonna put that like this, and then press down. There we go. And then this little tip here, I like to just take out the top, and that way it's a lot easier to add to our page. So we're gonna open this up and open this up, and we're going to glue this piece. See, now with that little cut that we did, we can actually put this, press this against the page before we fold it. And so you want to add glue on the house shape here, and you want to add the glue on both sides. Okay, just like that, and then we're gonna put that right there and close. Okay, so press down, and then this is gonna close here on top. So we're gonna give this a minute to dry. So now we're gonna open this up and open this up, and then you're gonna have your 2 section pop up, and that is gonna be our page 3. So for page number 4, we are going to be cutting one piece at 6 by 6.5, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 6.5, and we're going to fold along the score line, and we are going to add this piece on the right of the page. Okay, so we're gonna center this right here like that and press down. Okay, open this up and press down. Then you're going to cut another piece, and this one is going to be 7.5 by 11, and we're going to score along the 11 inches. Let's look at it this way. So we're going to score at 5.25 and at 10.5. Okay, so 5.25 and 10.5, and then you're going to fold along the score lines here and then here like that. Okay, and now we're gonna glue this piece on the left side of the page. So we're just gonna put this page here and press down. Okay, and then again you're gonna open it and press down here again. And so there we go. Next, we're going to cut another piece. This is also going to be the heavyweight, and this piece is going to be 7.5 by 7.5. And you are going to score along one of the sides at 1 and 2, and then you're gonna score at 6.5. Okay, so 1. I hope you guys can see the score lines. 1, 2, and 6.5, and then we're going to fold along score lines here, and then this one here again. So on the one side you're gonna have a 1 inch, and on the other side you're gonna have 1 and 2 inches scored. So the side that has the 1 inch, you're gonna glue it on this opening accordion. So we're just gonna glue the 1 inch on this side. Okay, so let's add the glue, and I'm just gonna open this up and place that right here. So make sure that you are not gluing on top of your bending line. Okay, and then, so let me show you from the top how you attach this. So it's attached to the accordion fold. Okay, and then we're gonna fold this piece here, these 2 inches. You're gonna fold them both back and add glue only on the 1 inch that's on the edge. So we're gonna add glue here. Okay, so on this edge side, glue, then you're gonna fold both back, and you're gonna close the whole accordion fold down. Okay, so press down, and then we're gonna close this on top. And so when you open this page, let's give it a minute to dry also, but when you open this page, you're gonna have that kind of like a platform page here, and then this is gonna close on top. So that is gonna be our page number 4. Well, for page number 5, we're going to cut one piece at 5.5 by 7.5, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 5.5. Okay, so we're gonna fold that. Then you're going to cut another piece. This is going to be 5 by 8.5, and we're going to score along the 8.5 at 1/2 inch and at 8, and we're going to fold along the score lines here, and then this piece is going to be added to the center of the page. Okay, so we're gonna add the glue. Okay, so I went ahead and added that belly band here on the center, and then we're going to add the other page here on top. So we're gonna add the glue and put this piece right there and press down. Okay, and so now we have the opening and the belly band. So for page number 6, we are going to cut one piece at 7.5 by 7.5 and score at 1/2 inch on one side, and then we're gonna fold along the score line, and we're going to glue this piece on the left side of the page. Also make sure your pages are opening side to side. And so we're gonna put this page here and press down. Then you're going to cut another piece. This one is going to be 6.5 by 7.5, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 6.5. And we're going to fold and add this page right on top. Okay, so also on the left side, and press down. And then the last page is going to be 5.5 by 7.5, and we're also going to score at 1/2 inch along the 5.5, and we're gonna fold along the score line, and just gonna add the glue and just add this piece to your left. Okay, so press down. So we have this cascading page here. Now for each one of these pages, as you've seen, I added a pop-up element. So we're going to cut for the pop-up. I'm also using heavyweight for this pop-up. So we're going to do one piece, and this is going to be 3.5 by 7.5. No, just by 7. I'm looking at my measurements here next to me. So 3.5 by 7, and then you're going to cut another piece of heavyweight. And this one is going to be 5.5 by 8.5. Okay, so 3.5 by 7 and 5.5 by 8.5. So we're going to now score. So along the 3.5, you're going to score at 1/2 inch. And along the 7, you're going to score at 3.5. Okay, and for the other one, along the 5.5, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, and along the 8.5, you're going to score at 4.25. And then you want to fold along the score lines, and you're going to add double-sided tape on these 1/2 inch sections. Okay, so here and 1/2 inch section, and then you're going to fold along the other side, and then also cut in like the corners here, just like that. And then same thing for this one. Okay, so cut and cut, and then we are going to bring our page back. So let's take all of this out, and there we go. And so we're going to start with the first page here. So you're gonna use the smaller pop-up, and so you always want to make sure this bending line here is what is going to go touching this bending line right there. So you're gonna place it at an angle, and you're gonna close your page. Okay, so first you want to remove the tape. So I'm gonna take the tape off both sides, and again, always making sure this bending line goes in, and you're gonna angle it. Make sure nothing comes up from the top, and we're gonna place this right there, and then close this page. Okay, so then when you open it, you have that pop-up. Then we're gonna do the same for the bigger page. So on the next page, again, you're gonna remove the tape from both sides. You have your bending line here, and you're just gonna angle this so it's not coming out of the page, and then we're gonna close this page. Okay, and then so you're gonna open. We have 1 and 2 pop-ups. Super easy, right? And then your large page. Okay, so now we're gonna work on page number 7. So again, here's my base page. You want to make sure your openings are side to side, and you're gonna cut one piece that measures 1 by 8.5, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 8 inches to have this little belt with the 2 hinges on the side. Then you're gonna cut a little piece. This is 1 by 3, and for this piece we went ahead and score at 1 1/8 and a 2 1/4. Okay, and then you're going to fold along the score lines, and we're going to close this here. So we're gonna add some glue and just make this little loop. Then you're gonna insert this piece on your belt. Okay, so you're gonna add that, and then you want to make sure that this slides easily, and then we're going to add glue on these little 1/2 inch sections here, and then we're gonna put these along the bottom of the page. Okay, so right there. And I like to stay about 1/4 inch away from the edge here. So press down and press down. Then you're going to push your loop all the way to the left, and you are going to cut another piece. This is going to be 7.5 by 7.5, and you're going to add glue on your loop. That's all the way on the left, and you're going to place this page right on top. So you want to kind of place this right on top of your base page. Okay, and then you're gonna wait here a second for this to dry, and then this is going to slide to the side and back. So super easy, our sliding page. That is going to be page number 7. Page number 8, you are going to cut one piece at 6.5 by 7.5, and we're going to score 1/2 inch along the 6.5, and we're going to fold along the score line. And then we're also going to do one piece of 6 by 6.5 and fold along the score line as well. And then we are going to add one piece on the left side and one on the right side. So I'm just going to add my glue, and we're going to put this here. Oops, before you do that, make sure you have the right opening here. And so there we go. Okay, so we're going to put one on the left and then the other one on the right. Okay, and press down. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this on the side, and we're also going to be cutting for this page one piece, and I'm going to be using heavyweight. So this is going to be 8 1/4. So let me use this one actually. 8 1/4 by 1.5. Okay, and we are going to score along the 8 1/4 at 1/2 inch and at 7 3/4, and we're going to fold along the score lines. Okay, now let's put that on the side, and then we're going to cut another piece. This one is going to be 8 1/2 by 5.5. Okay, and we are going to score along the 8 1/2 at 1 and at 2, and then we're going to fold along the score lines, and then we are going to cut one more piece. This is going to be 5.5 by 6. 5.5 by 6. So we're gonna just make sure this is 5.5, and then I'm going to cut another one that is going to be 5.5 by 5. Okay, so we're going to start with a piece that is 5.5 by 5. We're gonna glue this piece on this 1 inch section here. So we're gonna add glue, and we're gonna put this right here. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to add the other piece on this other 1 inch section. Okay, so it's gonna go like that right on top and press down. Okay, so you have the 6 inch piece, and then this is going to open up, and you have the 5 inch piece, and then you have the back. So the next thing that we're going to do is bring back our page. I just have too many pieces here, and we're going to open this up and open this up, and we're gonna add this 1.5 inch piece right there. So I'm about an inch away from the edge, and you want to add the glue on these two 1/2 inch sections, and we're gonna put that right here and press down and press down. Okay, and then you're going to grab the other piece that we just did, and we're gonna open it all the way and insert this on our belly band, and then you're just gonna center this piece, and then you're gonna open this up, hold it here on your belly band, and add some glue. Okay, and then we're going to close this and just press down. Okay, so give this a minute to dry, and then you're gonna pull down this bottom piece, and you're gonna have your little sliding opening page here, and then this is gonna close and close. And so that is gonna be our page number 8, and with that we now have all of our base pages. And before we add this to our book, we are going to be working on the inside covers. So for your inside covers, we are going to be cutting 2 pieces at 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. These are gonna go right here. So I'm gonna glue the one on the front. Okay, so we're just gonna add the glue right there, and then we're just gonna put this on the inside front cover. Now for the back cover, I'm actually gonna work on this page separately before we glue it. Okay, so again, this is 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, and then you're going to cut another piece that is going to be 7 3/4 by 8, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 8 inches, and we are going to add glue and line this up to the left side. Okay, so line this up and press down. So then this is going to open up, and we're gonna be adding our pop-up. Now for the pop-up, we're going to cut 3 pieces, and these are going to be, I'm just gonna use some scrap pieces. These are going to be 4 by 1.5. Okay, so 4 by 1.5, 4 by 1.5, and then these 3 pieces we are going to score along the 4 inches. We're going to score at 1/2, at 2, and at 3.5. Okay, so same for all, 1/2, 2, and 3.5, and 1/2, 2, and 3.5. And we are going to fold along the score lines. Okay, and then before I actually put this away, I'm gonna cut another piece, also heavyweight, and this is going to be 4 1/4, okay, by 8.5, and I'm going to score this piece along the 8.5 at 4 1/4. Okay, 4 1/4, and we're gonna fold this here as well. Okay, so now that I have all of that ready, we are going to put this page together. So we're going to be using one of these little pieces. Okay, so you want to fold along the score lines and basically have a piece that looks like this. And we're going to open up our page, and I'm going to glue one of these pieces, so remember this is going to go glued down like this, okay, not like that. Okay, so I hope you see the difference. So the score lines are bended in, and I'm going to add my glue, and then we're going to line up this edge to this connection here, right? So this is where this falls, and here's where my 1/2 inch ends, and I'm just gonna put it right there. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a close-up. So where this score line ends, or this edge here ends, is where I'm placing this piece, and this is the bending line here. Okay, then you're gonna fold this flat like that and add glue on this little piece, on the 1/2 inch piece only, and then close this flap. Okay, and then give it a minute to dry, and then when you open it, you're gonna have that little like pop-up base. Now onto this little piece, we're going to add these 2 pieces. Okay, so we're gonna do the same here and same here. Now this time I'm going to glue this 1/2 inch on the top. Let's bring this to get closer here. So you want to glue it right there. Okay, so that's gonna go here. So on the top of this little triangle, we're gonna place it like that. So add your glue, place it right here. Okay, and then we're going to add glue on the other side, top here. So again, little close up, add glue on this other 1/2 inch, and then you're just gonna fold this in half and close this page. Okay, again, give it a second to dry. So when you open it, now you have your center that we did, and now this second one added here and to the flap. So if you look at it from the front, this is actually a flat, kind of like a flat table. Now we're gonna do the same on the other side. So again, fold these little pieces, and we're going to add glue and put this right on top. Okay, and then we're gonna fold this in half. Wait, you have to wait, make sure it's dry before you fold it. So I'm just gonna place it again and give it a minute, and then you want to fold this in half and add glue here on the 1/2 inch, and then just close everything again. Okay, so again, we're gonna give this a minute, and then when you open it, now you have the double. These are like a little flat area right there. So that's how that looks like. And now we're just gonna add this piece. So you're gonna fold this a little bit like that, and you're gonna see the little V, right? And this piece is gonna go right on that V right there. So that's how this is gonna work. So I'm just gonna fold it in half and glue it on one side. Okay, so make sure you put this line right at the center like that. Okay, and then we're gonna add glue on the other side and just close the whole thing. And again, we're gonna give this a minute to dry. Okay, and then when you open it, you have your pop-up like that. So it's like a little double floating page, and I love it. You can actually make this bigger in size as well if you wanted this to take more of a space, but I kind of like the idea of having a center picture and then just kind of like cute things around. And here we go. So now we can add these to the inside back cover. So I'm just gonna glue this down. Oops. Okay. and we're just gonna put that right there. So make sure you're gluing the side that measures 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, because this top section will be a little bit smaller. Okay, so we're just gonna press down. And there we go. Now we have that pop-up page. And last thing we're gonna do is just simply add our pages. So what I'm going to do is peel off a section of the tape here and just move the tape to the side. Then we're going to start with the first page, and you're gonna find the center here of the base page itself. So it will be this section that goes all the way through, and then you're gonna insert this on your hinge. And so just go ahead and keep it on top of the tape. Don't push it all the way in. And so we're just gonna add this here. So let me open this up and make sure that it's center and straight. Let's move this over. And then we're going to remove this tape, okay, on the front, and then move the page to the back and remove the tape here and press down. Okay, so that's gonna be first page. Then we're going to do the same. Move the tape, find the center of the page itself, and then we're gonna add that. Okay, so place it right on top of the tape and center, and then remove the tape. Okay, and then we're gonna remove the tape here from the back, and we're just gonna do the same right here. So next page, open the tape. We're just gonna add this here. Okay, let's see. Let me make sure this is open all the way. Sometimes the pages get in the way. Okay. Okay, there we go. It's kind of hard to see from, without having to put my head in the way of the camera. And then I'm just going to remove and then take out the tape from the back right there. And then the last page here. Now, of course, you can mix and match the pages and change the order and make the book a little bit different, especially if you're making multiple. So that way you kind of change the layouts a little bit. But if you're doing that, always remember that, we have some pages that might not work depending where you put them. Like, for example, this is sliding page. If you were to put this page on this side, you will have to make it slide on the other direction. And then finally, I'm just going to remove the tape on the back. And there you go. That is going to be our little pop-up interactive blank mini album. I hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial, and I hope that you like creating these type of books as much as I do. I always have a lot of fun when I design a new blank book, and it's just so exciting to see it come to life, and especially seeing you guys be excited about like the release of the books. Again, if I have additional books, I will list below my website so you guys can get one if you like to. The cutting guide is available on my website, so you guys can always get that as well. I also do have other 8x8 mini albums, and this one will be our volume 4. So if you haven't seen the previous ones, they're all on my website as well. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.